Oftentimes when you feel your heart beating faster, wobbling in your knees, and racing thoughts of excitement, this usually indicates that you have a crush on someone. When you like someone, you're prone to exhibiting specific behaviors that indicate your attraction, such as thinking about them constantly, being reminded of them by little things, being uncontrollably excited and giddy when you're around them, as well as smiling even at the thought of them. Having a crush on someone is the easiest and the most fun part of beginning a relationship. Experiencing the over-amplified excitement, dopamine releases upon seeing them, and even the fluttering in your stomach that you might get if you touch their hand or meet their gaze for longer than normal. And all these things make a crush exciting. Now, this video is not going to be for everyone, but there is a specific audience this video is made for. You might know that you have a crush on that guy, but the question is, how do you get a guy to like you? There's a popular question on the minds of women who have a crush on a guy or even believe they're in love. Oftentimes, men's motives and desires seem hidden or confusing. Sometimes it seems he likes you, other times he pulls away, or it may seem like he isn't interested at all, and then suddenly you're all he seems to focus on. Truthfully, men are simple creatures. While their desires and intentions may seem blurry at first, especially with emotions getting in the way of clear judgment, it's generally easy to decipher what a guy wants. So this is where it's important to pay close attention if you're looking for sound advice. The first step to getting a guy to like you is to be authentic. This step is imperative to beginning any relationship or even pursuing someone. Any relationship or romantic pursuit that begins on lies or deceit is never going to end well. Authenticity is easily the most important aspect that you can bring to a relationship or romantic situation. Being authentic and true to yourself actually helps to amplify your attractiveness and trustworthiness. Intuitively, people can feel that when you're not being honest, even if it's about who you are. Of course, it's always fun to put an extra effort to your appearance when you're initially interested in a guy, or act like you're interested in all the same things as him, or even try to seem like you're more intelligent than you really are, but it's imperative that you act like yourself as much as you can. After all, when the initial excitement wears off and your dopamine system is back in order, you won't want to be in a relationship where he might abhor a lot of the things about you that you pretended you didn't hate, or where he thinks you're different than you really are. Plus, being authentic will help the relationship last longer. He'll know who he liked in the beginning, and you'll still be the same person when the early giddiness passes. The second step to getting a guy to like you is to have confidence. Confidence is scientifically proven to make people more attractive to other individuals, and it shows that people know what they're doing and what they want. Barbara Alec Hedge of the Huffington Post wrote a highly insightful article on confidence where she said, "It seems that confident people are noticeable. They stand out. They have a certain air around them that makes you want to get to know them. You want to know what makes them so self-assured. They're intriguing and we just want to know more about them. They're typically comfortable in their own skin and well-adjusted. They have a sense of ease which is also quite appealing." Confidence, then, is one of the most important elements of getting a guy or anyone to like you. It's also imperative to cultivate confidence outside of relationships and flirting, as believing in yourself can help you with many different walks of life. The third step to getting a guy to like you is to go with the flow. Guys, especially younger ones, generally don't care for uptightness or rigidity, and most men love a girl who possesses an easygoing attitude or even a sense of humor. Unless being somewhat relaxed contradicts your authentic self, it's a great idea to be easygoing when you're talking to your crush, or even just around them, although this can be tricky because some people get really nervous around their crush, especially in middle school or high school. Try not to make yourself act or seem rigid, and don't make the situation so serious. After all, it's just a crush. The best relationships are the ones where you can be comfortable to be around the person you're with. Also, while any girl with a crush on a guy will usually have fluttery or jittery feelings, if you're genuinely uncomfortable around him, you might want to consider not pursuing the relationship further. So, moving on to the fourth step to get a guy to like you is to try and find common ground, such as interests or hobbies. It's a good idea to think about a time in your life when you met someone new, and you both shared a common interest. While sharing similar passions and hobbies likely won't increase your compatibility, finding common ground definitely helps to break the initial nervous or awkward tension. Often, we share experiences or things we like with others. It actually helps us strengthen our understanding of this person, and it increases agreeability. While you should never pretend to like something that someone else does for the sake of getting them to like you, it does help if you share genuine interest, especially if your crush mirrors these same passions. The fifth step to getting a guy to like you is to flirt. This doesn't go for every guy out there, but most men and women like flirtatiousness. Smiling frequently, maintaining eye contact, complimenting them, though not excessively, blushing, and remaining focused mostly on him. Flirting is a great way to keep things light, but also exciting. It also increases the chance of him being interested in you, or at least knowing that you're open to flirting or pursual. Finally, if above all fails, one suggestion is to seem highly available at first, though not clingy, and then to back away or seem relatively unavailable for some time. This is often called intensity and scarcity, or simply the come here, go away trick. Basically, how it works is that the primal instinct in males is to want to chase or pursue someone, as historically they have been known dominantly as predators. If a woman seems too readily available or is able to easily metaphorically hunted, a man will lose interest far sooner than if a woman is busy or unavailable. I know I'm probably going to get a ton of comments about this, but it just summarizes a ton of relationships and how they start. While you generally don't need to do this when you're in a relationship with someone, it definitely helps to make you seem more desirable at first. You might be wondering how this intensity versus scarcity situation works. Usually the best thing to do is to seem available. You answer most of their calls, texts, or emails, rarely turning down an invitation to hang out or the opportunity to see them, or you see them nearly daily or multiple times a week. You essentially become a frequent person in the said guy's life, though not a clingy or obsessive way. You're simply available. Once you make yourself readily available for a short period of time, usually for a few weeks to 2 months is recommended, then you become scarce. As soon as a guy knows who you are and sees you frequently enough to wonder where you are when you're away for a long period of time, then you become absent or simply busy. You begin to reply to less of his texts, emails, or calls. You don't constantly show up where he is or might be, and you certainly don't go out of your way to talk to him first or seem eager to be in his presence. And it's important to note that you should not be rude or distant towards him whatsoever when you do this. You don't want to push him away by any means. You just want to make him more interested in you. The scarcity is the simple law of supply and demand. The less there is of you in his life, the more he will search for you. Now, this is not by any means guaranteed to work, but it certainly helps a guy feel more attracted to you, as if you or your attention is harder to obtain. To summarize, to get a guy to like you, you should be authentic, act confident, go with the flow, stand out from the rest, and try to find common ground. If you feel the need, you can also make yourself seem readily available and eventually equally unavailable. However, try to remember that no matter what the outcome of the relationship, romantic pursuit, or crush might be, you should always hold yourself high, own your value, and realize that by the end of the day, you're trying your best, which is all that matters. Not everyone in the world is going to be compatible with each other, and it's up to you to love yourself before anyone else can. Also, try to remember that you can't change someone else's sexual orientation or preferences, and above all, have fun with liking someone. Don't take it too seriously, as having crushes is an exciting part of life. Thanks guys for watching. If you got one gold nugget out of this video, click the like button below. If you want more videos like this, subscribe.